Hello, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Iframe and I speak about personal finance and career. Today, I'll be speaking about the importance of soft skills in personal branding. And this is a part 3 of a series I started a while ago. And in part 1, we talked about how to build a personal brand that can attract employers. And in part 2, we discussed how to build a professional LinkedIn profile. And I did highlight the importance of all of this. You can see a link on this video to watch the part 1 and part 2 of the personal branding series. So let's dive right into the importance of soft skills in personal branding. Why are soft skills important on your journey to building a personal brand or a strong personal brand? I did mention in the first video that personal branding is really the impression you want people to have about you, how you want to be perceived by others. And a large portion of the control is with you, how you project yourself, how you communicate, for example, what you let people know that you do, what you're good at, all of that form part of personal branding. And soft skills are a key to how you can make people know who you are and what you are good for, what you are all about. And most times it's the people that you work with or people that you relate with more that see these qualities, not people online. A lot of the soft skills that you have cannot be projected online, except maybe you show like I'm doing now, communicating with you and discussing things that I know. So those could be some of the awareness that you can create. But most of the time, soft skills can help you project the impression that you want people to perceive you as, what people should know about you, really. That's what soft skills are all about. And soft skills are the things that make you tick, really. Once people think about career, most of the time they focus on the technical skill, the hardcore, But what I've discovered is as you progress in your journey in your career, the weight on technical skills reduces. Not like it's totally written off. It's not written off. Technical skills will be all relevant throughout your career, depending on the industry that you're in, of course. But soft skills are very rated high in many industry, especially as you grow and to management or managerial level in your career. So what soft skills can you develop to help build your personal brand? As usual, I'll be sharing 3 soft skills that can help you. One is developing a strong communication skill. When people think about communication skill, they only think about how you say things, how you articulate about your ideas. Why that is good, you can break it down to several layers and just pick one that you can develop as you journey in that process. So one thing that I would encourage you to do now is master the art of listening. This might sound easy, but it's really difficult for people that haven't paid close attention how they communicate, especially by listening. Some people listen to respond. If you listen to respond, you probably not hear the key points in the other person's idea that they want you to get. You're looking for something that you want to respond to instead of listening to understand fully what they're trying to communicate. So practice listening. Don't interrupt people when they are speaking, even though you think what they're saying is rubbish. Listen, pay attention to what they're saying, then respond if you have to. Then the second point you know about listening is repeating, or what I've forgotten technical term now, but when someone says something, just to show that you're listening, you can repeat that thing that they say, just re-echoing it to make them know that you heard what they said. And if possible, to expatiate on that point. It's possible that you heard something, but that's not what they meant. So you can just rephrase their last statement and they come back to you and say, oh, yes, that's what I mean. Then you can respond. So that's how you gradually build your communication skill and over time. Number 2 way or soft skills that you can develop for personal brand is cultivating emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is one of my best soft skills, that's because I have taken some time out to study and to understand how I can be better. So one thing that you should know about emotional intelligence is not the emotions of other people. It's mostly about your emotion, being self-aware, the things that you like, the things that you are good at, the things that you dislike, you know, all of that, being self-aware. Once you know that, you are able to relate more with people and you are able to communicate exactly how you feel about certain things because you know what you want and how you like to be treated. The number two thing that you can learn about emotional intelligence is understanding others. Yes, one is understanding yourself. Secondly, is understanding others. Know how they want to be treated, understand their high moment and their low moment, have empathy for situations that are going on in their life. If you're going to be working with people, you need to understand all of these basics. It helps smoothen that relationship and cordial relationship over time that you can build through emotional intelligence. Last but not the least point is demonstrating adaptability and flexibility. Things happen day to day in the lives of people, but you must be able to understand how those situations affect them and how quickly you can change to accommodate them in your space. People will always remember how you make them feel. People will always remember how you make them feel. So if you make people feel loved, if you make people feel welcomed, if you make people feel accommodated, then they would always remember that. So flexibility and adaptability helps you build all of that edges around those relationships that you're trying to cultivate. And over time, you see that people will see you as an empathetic leader, someone that they can trust with their issues, not necessarily issues for you to solve, but that you understand this situation and you can always adapt and flexible about how you can help them. And let's not take it too far so that you are not always bending to make other people feel comfortable. There are some points where you need to take a stand just to put a balance to it. While flexibility is a great soft skill that you can have, don't overdo it. Otherwise, people will take advantage of that and throw you off balance. So every time they think, oh, this person is always adjusting, then they take advantage of that. It's just maintaining a balance while you can be flexible, ensure that you are not overdoing it and people are not taking advantage of that flexibility and adaptability. So, in summary, we have talked about how our soft skills are important to building a personal brand, how people perceive you. And we talked about communication skill, how that can be learned through the art of listening, to self-awareness, well, emotional intelligence, where we emphasize awareness and also understanding others around us. And number three, we talked about empathy. We talked about adaptability and flexibility, where we talked about being empathetic of other people to adjust to their situations, but not overdoing it. I hope you found all of this useful. Like I always say, don't just listen, practice. Take one thing I have said today that you can implement in your journey of career and building a personal brand. Just to do a recap of the total series, we talked about in personal branding how to build a personal brand that attract employer, which is part one. In part two, we talked about how to build a professional LinkedIn profile, and in this video we talked about the importance of soft skills in personal branding. I hope you found all of these three videos useful, and until next time, I'll see you. Bye bye for now.